I'm Kevin Tarpey, and this is散歩日和. As dawn broke on my fourth day of the 42-Bay pilgrimage, I stumbled out of bed, groggy and sluggish. The night before took a chaotic turn when a pesky stink bug decided to play tag with my face buzzing around. It took me quite a while to remove the annoying intruder, and I struggled to get back to sleep. However, stepping outside that morning brought an unexpected wave of rejuvenation. For the first time on this journey, the sky was vast and blue, free from the dreary clouds that had accompanied me on previous days, and the wind had settled into a gentle whisper. Strolling down the street, I came across a charming house with a courtyard full of exquisite bonsai trees. I was captivated by the enchanting beauty of these miniature masterpieces. This wonderful surprise reminded me why walking can be such a joy, even when I feel weary or unmotivated. After collecting water at the fishing port in Kataku later that morning, I struggled to find the Hachimangu shrine amidst the maze of alleys in the residential area. Navigating through the narrow streets to locate some shrines during the pilgrimage was a delightful challenge. Google Maps doesn't always capture the winding passageways in many coastal towns. Instead of feeling lost, I embraced the challenge, allowing my instincts to guide me. In a world where we often rely too heavily on navigation apps, it felt invigorating to trust my senses and forge my own path. On the fifth day of my pilgrimage, as I made my way through the corridors of Tako, I spotted a young wild boar foraging in an abandoned field. I took out my camera, but decided not to intrude for too long, sensing its nervousness. I hadn't expected to encounter such wildlife while planning my journey. Nevertheless, the week was surprisingly rich with wildlife sightings. Many fishing ports echoed with the lively calls of black-tailed gulls, their cries reminiscent of my childhood summers at the beach in Boston, where I often had to dodge hungry seagulls eager to snatch my lunch. One day, I watched a pair of mute swans gliding gracefully near the coast, searching for aquatic plants to eat. As I continued my pilgrimage, savoring the beauty of solitude, I grappled with an ironic longing for companionship that deepened as each day of walking ended. After several days of minimal interaction, I was fortunate to stay at Minshuku Nakayoshi. The moment I arrived, the madam of the house greeted me with a radiant smile and swiftly prepared a steaming bath, the perfect remedy for my weary limbs. Descending into the dining room, I was greeted by an extravagant spread. Succulent snow crab legs, expertly grilled black-throat sea perch, and a medley of oceanic delights that made my mouth water. Nearby, a group of locals was engaged in a spirited dinner, their lively conversation filling the room. They welcomed me, and we shared stories and laughter over cups of sake. Their warmth and openness reflected the hospitality I experienced throughout the week. The group invited me to join their table, but with many kilometers to trek the next day, I politely declined. As I settled into bed that night, wrapped in camaraderie and contentment, my heart overflowed with gratitude for the unexpected connections I had made along my journey. Although these connections were brief, they added a layer of richness to my pilgrimage, reminding me of the power of human interaction, even during the most solitary of journeys. To be continued.